In the quiet of a Vietnamese tropical garden, a silent encounter is about to unfold.
The cat detects subtle motion hidden within the vegetation.
A green pit viper remains concealed, blending perfectly with its surroundings. Instinct takes over as the cat enters a heightened state of awareness.
Wildlife encounters often begin long before any physical interaction occurs. Observe the subtle signals of awareness.
The snake gathers environmental information through chemical sensing. Every movement is measured and deliberate. Distance becomes the most important factor in survival. The cat's vision locks onto even the smallest movement. A silent standoff begins in the heart of the tropical garden.
The cat never rushes directly toward danger. Instead, it studies the snake from an angle where escape remains possible. A cat's visual tracking system is exceptionally efficient at detecting motion, especially sudden movement.
Notice the reaction time. The cat retreats before the snake even completes its movement. Circling behavior gives the cat multiple viewing angles and prevents the snake from focusing on a single target.
This pause is not hesitation. It is calculation.
Sideways jumps are among the most effective defensive movements in the feline world.
The snake must constantly readjust its aim as the cat changes direction. Unpredictability gives the cat a major advantage. Predators and prey alike depend on prediction. The harder an animal is to predict, the harder it is to catch.
Patience is another powerful feline strategy.
The snake relies heavily on ambush tactics rather than pursuit.
Movement allows the cat to gather information while minimizing risk.
Soft padded feet allow silent movement and rapid acceleration. Stillness can be as valuable as speed. The snake remains alert, waiting for a mistake. Every change of direction forces the character in Image 2 to reassess the situation. The cat uses hearing as well as vision to monitor its surroundings. Felines process enormous amounts of sensory information in a very short time. This behavior tests the character in Image 2's reaction without entering immediate danger. So far, the character in Image 1 has relied on observation, distance, and mobility rather than confrontation. The cat advances carefully, never losing sight of the snake's position. Every detail matters. The cat is analyzing movement, posture, and distance. The snake chooses patience, relying on defense rather than pursuit. The direction of the snake's head often reveals where its attention is focused. Each movement is followed by observation. Nothing is rushed.
Even minor distractions are carefully processed by the cat's senses.
A lower center of gravity improves balance and reaction speed.
The snake gathers information from invisible chemical signals in the environment.
Constant repositioning prevents the character in image 2 from predicting the cat's next move.
Distance remains one of the character in image 1 cat's strongest defenses.
The encounter continues without direct confrontation.
Stillness allows the cat to evaluate every change in its surroundings. The snake conserves energy by avoiding unnecessary movement. It waits patiently, blending perfectly with its surroundings.
Changing angles gives the cat a better understanding of the situation.
This subtle adjustment signals increased awareness.
The cat responds instantly to even the smallest signal.
Feline hearing helps detect sounds beyond human perception.
Vision, hearing, and reflexes work together as a single system.
The cat constantly scans the wider environment for additional threats.
Nature is often quieter than it appears.
Every step is measured to maintain balance and control.
The snake relies on concealment and timing.
Approaching from an angle reduces potential risk.
The cat remains prepared to move in any direction.
Even while standing still, the cat remains ready to react.
The snake adjusts its focus without exposing itself.
Retreat can be just as valuable as advance.
The narrator watches quietly from a distance. Neither animal is seeking conflict. Awareness remains the cat's greatest advantage. As the encounter continues, patience and observation remain the defining strategies for both animals.
The cat subtly adjusts its stance, preparing for instantaneous movement if needed. The snake continuously samples the air for chemical signals.
Even the smallest vibration in the environment is detected.
Distance remains the foundation of survival in this encounter.
A lower profile reduces visibility and increases reaction efficiency.
The snake increases its defensive readiness.
The cat freezes immediately upon detecting change.
Hearing provides a 360-degree awareness system.
Silent foot placement allows undetected repositioning.
Stillness is the snake's primary camouflage strategy. Circling forces the character in image 2 to constantly reorient its focus.
The cat's visual tracking is locked onto motion patterns.
The snake must commit energy to continuous target adjustment. Cover is used to reduce exposure while maintaining observation.
Every pause is a calculation of risk versus reward.
This is exploratory behavior, not aggression.
Muscle tension increases strike readiness. Reaction speed in cats is measured in milliseconds. Environmental lighting affects perception and depth judgment. Optimal positioning ensures maximum escape options. Vertical positioning increases strike range potential. Lateral movement reduces predictability.
In nature, unpredictability often replaces strength.
Stillness can disrupt opponent timing perception.
The snake recalibrates environmental data continuously.
Retreat is a strategic repositioning, not surrender.
The encounter reaches a critical equilibrium point.
Muscle preload increases explosive capability.
Ambush predators rely on patience over pursuit. Neither animal commits. Survival depends on perfect timing rather than confrontation.
The cat begins to test the boundary of safety once again.
The snake responds by increasing its defensive posture.
Instant freezing is a survival reflex triggered by uncertainty. Visual focus sharpens to maximize motion detection.
Distance continues to define the balance of power between these two formidable creatures.
Cover is used to reduce exposure while maintaining observation.
The snake conserves energy, relying on precision timing.
Silent movement reduces detection probability. This is environmental assessment, not aggression. The entire environment becomes part of the decision-making process. Muscle tension signals readiness without commitment. The cat constantly updates spatial mapping in real time. In wildlife encounters, observation often replaces action. Peripheral scanning prevents surprise threats.
Chemical sensing provides directional environmental data.
Primary threat is always reprioritized instantly.
Neuromuscular readiness enables explosive acceleration.
Micro-retreat ensures escape path remains available.
Camouflage and patience remain the snake's core strategy.
At this stage, movement itself becomes a form of communication. Testing boundaries reveals opponent reaction thresholds.
Defensive elevation increases strike readiness.
Unpredictability breaks opponent timing calculations.
Both animals are now engaged in continuous risk assessment.
Stillness resets the opponent's expectations. Commitment is avoided until the perfect moment.
Disengagement is often the safest strategic outcome. Distance naturally resolves most wildlife encounters.
Tension begins to dissolve as movement decreases.
In the wild, stillness often signals the highest level of danger.
The cat is not reacting to movement. It is reacting to intention.
Reaction time is measured in milliseconds, not seconds.
Breaking the line of attack is the cat's primary survival strategy. The character in image 1 must constantly reset its strike alignment. When nature becomes silent, tension reaches its peak. This is the final phase of mutual assessment. The cat is not attacking. It is calculating escape probability.
At maximum tension, even the smallest movement becomes critical. In most natural encounters, survival is decided without physical contact.